or may not remember my video showing if New Super Mario Bros. Wii was possible backwards. However, a week after I uploaded that video, Nathaniel Bandy uploaded a very similar video showing his take on whether New Super Mario Bros. Wii was possible backwards. But today, we're doing something a little different. We are going to test out a ROM hack of New Super Mario Bros. Wii to see if that is possible backwards. The ROM hack we are playing today is Newer Super Mario Bros. Wii Summer Sun. This is the second ROM hack developed by the Newer team, the team that made Newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, as well as a bunch of other ROM hacks. This hack is smaller than New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It only features 23 levels, scattered across 5 worlds. Also, the levels progress differently than New Super Mario Bros. Wii, so I'm going to explain how the levels are laid out. The level progression in World 1 is practically unchanged from the original, but in World 2, the mid-castle is not playable by normal means, and instead, the game skips ahead from World 2-3 to World 2-4. Also, World 2-6 is not playable, as it is just a message with a toad. Instead of playing World 2-6, the game creates a new level, World 2-7. Beating World 2-7 unlocks a warp cannon that takes you to World 5. In World 5, there's only 3 levels, World 5-1, 5-2, and 5-3. Beating either World 5-2 or World 5-3 unlocks a warp cannon that takes you to World 8. In World 8, there's only 5 levels to play, World 8-1, World 8-2, World 8-7, World 8-Airship, and World 8-Final Castle. World 8-3 or the other levels in World 8 are not accessible by normal means. And in World 9, the world map has completely changed and there is only one course, World 9-1. Once again, I've modded every single course in this ROM hack to make them all playable backwards. There are no alt exits in this ROM hack. The paths that were just alt exits in New Super Mario Bros. Wii are actually required in this ROM hack to proceed. And now, let's see what courses in Newer Summer Sun are actually possible backwards. Let's do this. World 1-1 was pretty simple. For World 1-2, I'm glad that this wall was there so that I could just wall jump off of it without having to use the propeller suit. The first time I played this course, I went into the wrong warp pipe and found myself faced by a huge pit that had some coins to the left. Ordinarily, you're supposed to use the P-switch to get to this place. Since there's no P-switch on this side, I had to start over. The second time while playing this, I picked the right warp pipe and everything went smoothly. I did have to make a tricky jump here, but otherwise, that was about it. For World 1-3, I had to be really careful about not stepping on the water geysers right away, as it would shoot me directly up into the enemies. I used the fire flower to get rid of some enemies on the geysers, and I also used this power block to get rid of some other enemies. However, once I wasn't careful enough and took damage to this Hucka crab. Aside from all of that, this level is otherwise possible. In World 1-Tower, we were doing okay, until this point. The ground won't let you go any further down, meaning that this course is impossible backwards. So, it is not possible to beat Newer Summer Sun backwards. There is an alt exit in World 1-3 that unlocks a warp cannon to World 5, but that is inaccessible in this mod by normal means. But it's not over yet. We might as well check out the other courses to see if they are possible backwards. World 1-4 wasn't too bad. I knew the pufferfish was going to be an obstacle, so I had to kill it right away. I had to execute a well-timed double jump to get to the ground up here. Then I froze the Koopa and killed the pufferfish with it. Luckily, the pufferfish didn't spawn again. However, in the second half of the course, I had to deal with the jumping fish. They were annoying to deal with, but I swam around them just fine. In World 1-5, I had this annoying lackitude to deal with. Also, I had to make a precise jump off a paratrooper here. However, this course was possible backwards. This course was actually kind of fun to speedrun. In World 1-6, I somehow managed not to take damage to this urchin. Similar to World 1-5, this course was also kind of fun to speedrun backwards. There was a somewhat precise jump I had to make here, but this course was definitely possible to play backwards, without a doubt. I somehow managed to not take damage to every single giant urchin in this course. As for World 1- Final Castle, we're stuck in this first room. There's a pipe that takes you to the second part of this course, but since there's no ground beneath it, we can't access this pipe. As a last resort, I tried waiting until these barrels were level with the pipe, but of course that didn't work, leaving this course not possible. And that's all for World 1. World 2-1 was actually also kind of fun to speedrun backwards. I had a somewhat precise jump to make here because the ground was actually a block lower than it looked. And here, I had a wall jump onto a palm tree in order to proceed. But hey, the rest of the level was pretty easy. For World 2-2, it was pretty hard not to vibe to SMG4's theme in the background. In the beginning, I'm glad I had my fire flower, otherwise I probably would have had to take damage. After getting my boy Yoshi and an ice flower, this course was easy peasy. For World 2-3, I had to use the propeller suit to get to this platform, but the fun doesn't end there. First, the place with these two fishy boopkins killed me. I grabbed a super mushroom and tried again, but then this section with the fishy boopkins killed me. I tried again, and somehow I avoided taking damage to these spikes. Then there was this tricky jump I had to clear here. I killed this Pokey while also simultaneously taking damage to it. However, with a well-timed double jump, I was able to clear this platform. In the beginning of World 2-4, I had this platform that was somewhat tricky to clear. I avoided taking damage to the spike top, but took damage to the Koopa. In the middle of the course, I found a propeller mushroom, which was immensely helpful. This course was fairly easy to complete. World 2-5 was only moderately difficult. I had to carefully maneuver my way around these spike balls. But that wasn't too bad. Also, for some reason, the hitbox on the chain chomp statues was a bit off. This course was possible, if a bit weird. However, in World 2-7, problems arose. There's this section with a giant pipe and a one-way, which we can't proceed. I tried using a propeller suit to fly over the pipe, but that didn't work. So, big rip on this one. And that's all for World 2. World 5-1 went pretty well, except here, I somehow missed this vine and went into the poison water. I went back in and was able to clear this part, proving that this course is indeed possible. In World 5-2, ordinarily, there are statues of wigglers all throughout the course. But, for some reason in this backwards mod, they have all disappeared. Luckily, the developers of this mod outlined the wigglers using invisible blocks, meaning that it was difficult to see where I was going, but otherwise possible. I had trouble getting past this invisible wall that was supposed to be a wiggler statue, so I went back in with a propeller suit and cleared that part. Thanks to the propeller suit, this course was really easy. World 5-3 was possible, except I had to execute a perfectly timed triple jump in the beginning while taking damage to this Koopa. In this part, I had to throw a Koopa shell to kill a bunch of piranha plants. Despite all that, this level actually wasn't too bad. And that's all there is for World 5. We're just down to 2 more worlds. Let's see if they are possible backwards. World 8-1 didn't pose any problems, except getting past this wall over here. I went back in with a propeller suit to clear this wall. In World 8-2, I had to make a well-timed triple jump to make it to this bullet bill launcher. Next, I had to make a precise jump off a bullet bill so that I could make it to the bonsai bill launcher. Things were easier after I jumped around the bonsai bill launcher. At the checkpoint of the course, there was a propeller suit, which I gladly took. This made the rest of the course very easy. However, the difficult thing about this is that all the bullet bills were with me. If I thought any of the other levels were hard, World 8-7 was a gamer's nightmare. First, I had to make a well-timed triple jump to get to this weighted platform. This seems to be a recurring theme in these backward levels. I had to stand on this weighted platform for just the right amount so I could get the other part of the weighted platform to be at a decent height so I could make it to the other weighted platform. Here, I had to make a precise jump off the dry bones to reach this platform. Here, I had a spin jump to blow the poison clouds away, and then I had to make a butt-clenching jump to reach this platform while taking damage to this Goomba. Throughout this course, I had to make a bunch of butt-clenching jumps, double jumps, and triple jumps. Even though this level was a butt-clencher, this level is possible. However, in World 8-Airship, the screw needed to wind this block aside was on the other side of the block, similar to New Super Mario Bros. Wii. In World 8-Final Castle, the first two rooms weren't all that difficult. However, in the third room, there's supposed to be some Bowser statues, but like World 5-2 and the Wigglers, they seem to have all disappeared. I had to rely on the level editor to figure out where the invisible blocks were so that I could work my way around the course. I eventually made it to the Bowser door and was able to defeat Bowser, making this course actually possible. We cleared worlds 1 through 8 in this little mini hack, but what about the bonus world, World 9? Well, it turns out there's only one course in World 9. I regret not doing the bonus world in New Super Mario Bros. Wii, but since Nathaniel Bandy already covered those courses, there's no need for me to do them. Anyway, let's get back to World 9-1 of Newer Summer Sun to see if that is possible backwards. And it turns out it is! Even though I had to deal with a premature congratulations and I had to make a bunch of butt-clenching jumps on these spinning coin platforms, this wasn't too bad of a level. Out of the 23 courses in this mod, only 4 were not possible. This means that about 17% of the courses in this game were not possible. However, this is better than New Super Mario Bros. Wii, where 29% of the courses were not possible.